Hello and welcome to another kooky sorting stuff out kind of video. You may be wondering why I have all these bags and cases on my table, and maybe that's because I'm trying to create a travel palette to take away with me and also a travel kit. So the travel palettes I'm going to do first, and then at some point we're going to have a look at these guys in order to create myself my perfect takeaway little pack of goodies and things so that I can create when I'm away. Obviously space is always limited wherever we go. Sometimes you have more space than others, so I'm going to try and do it in 3 different sizes and then probably take them all with me. No. Try and do it in 3 different sizes. So I've got like a day perhaps case that I can just take out with me really simply. Something a bit more complicated in this one, so it's a bit bigger. And then I've got this beautiful big rucksack which can take a whole load of shizzle. So hopefully this is the plan. Now, the first thing I want to do is to have a look at my watercolour palettes, because I want to get myself together a travel palette, and that's going to be the first task. So come along with me on the journey of delving into my mind and sorting out what kind of things I want to take with me. Obviously watercolours is one, so let's get stuck into that one now. So I'm looking at creating my watercolour palette for my travels. I have 2 options, and it may be that I take both of these options because they both seem rather good. This is a Schmincke palette that I got, I believe it was a couple of years ago, and I've never actually opened it, sad to say. I'll try not opening it one-handed now. But it's got some of their Academy Aquarellin, which is the student grade of their watercolours, which would be quite nice to take out with me. And I really do quite like this summery palette, and the size of it's really nice. You can see it kind of fits in my hand. Another good thing about it, on the back it's got one of those hooks that you can hold if you're out doing some painting plein air. But yeah, there's that one, and then there's this one. This is a palette that I have from some sets that I bought by Prima, I do believe, and they all had different kind of themed palettes. So there's tropicals and decadent and pastel, and what I did was I took all the paints out of these and put them into my big palette, because it just made more sense to have them all together instead of in 4 different palettes. But for travelling purposes, this is quite a nice little option. It's similar to the Schmincke one. Now let's do a comparison. So, ooh, where's my insert? There is an insert that goes in here, which I appear to have lost for the moment. But yeah, I'll go and find that and be back. So here we are with the insert. This is the insert that goes inside the Prima. I think it's Prima. I'm kind of sure it's Prima. It does come out. I've just put it back in again. But that is removable, so the whole base of that you can actually use as a palette if you wanted to, which is quite handy, because it literally lifts out. There you go. Lifts out really easily, and you've still got all that space. So you've got 2 palettes there. You've got a fairly big area in the bottom there if you want to take that out. And also mixing palettes on that side. With the Schmincke one, this is also removable, so that's good to know. So you've got, again, bottom, 3 mixing wells there, and 6 mixing wells at that side. So both of them fairly good options depending on what you wanted. So I've got to decide now. I have to decide. Or do I? Do I take both? possibly both, because I am extra. So in this one, I probably have like my bright summery colours. These are actually, strangely enough, the colours that came with the palette are ones I actually use in my artwork. So I would keep the ones here, and obviously there's lots of gaps for other things to go in as well. So I might add to that one. This one, I think I might make this into my darks set or my more moody set, because I do quite a lot of October artwork, such as Drawloween and things like that, and that might be good for me to take out with me out and about when I'm doing like a monthly task. Let's say so summer and autumn maybe. This is the plan. I think eventually I'd like a summer, autumn, spring and winter set. Wouldn't that be grand? And I think I've got enough of these small palettes that I could actually do another 2, so that I've got 1 for each session. This is clearly the summer palette. It actually says so on the front. So this would be that, and then create a palette for that one. Yeah, that's the plan of the day. So I have managed to complete the summer palette. I have kept in 8 of the 9 Schmincke Academy colours that were in here, because as I said, they are right on brand for me at the minute. And I have swapped out 1, which was the black, because I don't tend to use black. I tend to use a neutral tint, but I will explain that as I go along. I've also popped in some Schmincke Horadam colours that I already have as half pans. There's a couple of 3 Daniel Smiths in there and a Holbein watercolour. So let me go through my choice. So here we are, going from the top down. First of all, we've got the Schmincke Academy Light Lemon Yellow. Then we have the Schmincke Academy Indian Yellow. Then we've got the Schmincke Horadam, which is the transparent orange, because I thought I might need just a quick orange. I know I could mix one up very easily from the ones I've got here, because there's lots of mixing colours, but I just wanted it, okay? I just wanted that one. So transparent orange. Then we have the Schmincke Academy Cadmium Red Hue, which is that one there. Then we have the Schmincke Academy Magenta. Then we have a Daniel Smith Opera Pink. I know this is a fugitive colour, don't shout me on it, but it's going to be mainly in my sketchbook, so I love it. I just love that beautiful vibrancy of the Opera Pinks. It's going to be with me. The next one I have is the Holbein watercolour, which is the beautiful Horizon Blue. Back to Schmincke Academy with a cyan and an ultramarine, so they're both Schmincke Academy. Schmincke Holbein, which is the Schmincke Violet, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful colour. Then we have the Schmincke Academy Brilliant Green, Schmincke Academy May Green. I've gone for my little sparkle. I don't know if you can see this. Let me get this card out. So that's Lapis Sunlight. You can probably just see that, and that looks fabulous on top of all the blues and greens, and possibly the others as well. I've not tried them, but that is my bit of sparkle for the palette. And then to finish off, I have gone without the black, which I said there was a black included, but I don't tend to use black as much. So I went for the neutral tint, which is a better mixer for all the others, and that's the Daniel Smith neutral tint. And that is my summer palette, and I've done myself a little swatchy card there, as you can see, which I will probably laminate in some way or another so that I can put that in there, and that will give me a little guide to my colours. I am also possibly, I'm going to test this out, see if it works, with one of my other little half pans that I've already got a magnet on the bottom to see if I could pop magnets onto each of these, because it just gives extra security when you're traveling around, which is important. I don't really want them banging around inside their box. So that's my other little task for today, which is to attach little strip magnets onto the bottom of these and then pop them back in the palette. And so here, after much trying, painting, swatching, I have finally finalized my autumn palette. So this is what we have. I've done a little swatchy. I'm going to write my the names of my colours on there as well, so that I don't forget, because I'm likely to. I've also got the names of the colours written on the sides of the palette, the little half pans. So doubly assured of remembering what they're called. And I've also magnetised the bottom, which I did on my other set for the summer set. So without further ado, going from the top row first, we have Daniel Smith Indian Yellow, Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold, Daniel Smith Aussie Red Gold. Then we have the Schmincke Horadam Transparent Orange. You know that's a favourite. Then we've got the Quinacridone Burnt Orange, which is Daniel Smith, Quinacridone Magenta, Daniel Smith, and Autumn Mystery, which is a beautiful duochrome tone. I can't leave that out of an autumn palette now, can I? Second row, we go Daniel Smith again, so it's Daniel Smith Quinacridone Red, I can't even say that, Quinacridone Wed. It's a tongue twister. Quinacridone Red, there we go. Daniel Smith Deep Scarlet, Daniel Smith Rose of Ultramarine. The next one is a Magello Mission Gold, which I randomly have in my box, and it's a peacock blue, and I thought it was quite nice to go in. This one is left blank because I have ordered myself a Schmincke Horadam Gold to go in there, so that's going to fit in there rather nicely. I have got some gold watercolours, but I want to keep them together in a separate set that I have, so I thought I would order myself and treat myself to a new one. This little guy down here is the black that was ejected from my summer set, so I thought he could fit in nicely there because there's a small space and he just fitted in, so that's where he is. Next one down, I have these four on this row here are by handmade watercolours by Eventually Everything Mixers. It's Amy from Berlin. I believe this one's Caput Mortuum. This one's Rurbrun. I don't know if I said that right. I probably completely mangled that one. This is like a Lincoln Gold Green, and this is a Fleesh Green. And then over here we have a Daniel Smith Apatite, Green Apatite, Daniel Smith. Oh no, sorry, this one's not Daniel Smith. This one is Schmincke Horadam Perylene Green. And to finish off, we have a Daler Rowney Prussian Blue, just to finish that all up. So these are the colours there that I swatched out that you can see. And yeah, just a little space now for my gold to go in. But that's all of the colours for both palettes now finished. So cup of tea, yeah, mess everywhere, so I'm gonna have to clear up. But yeah, a job well done. So here we are at the end of this particular part of the travel kit that I'm going to put together. I think I've achieved a fair amount today. The rest of it will be putting together all the other things that go with my kit, which will mean pencils, pens, other items, glue, stickers, sketchbooks. But that is all going to be in another part, which I will probably put up either late this week or early next week. So keep your eyes peeled. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to know when I'm uploading again. And remember to give us a thumbs up if you really enjoyed this. Thank you all for joining me. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your week, and I will see you very soon. Ta-ta!